ring of balloons around the world. That is the larger vision of Google's Loon project. The goal? Give remote parts of the world cheaper internet access. Superstar Tech Panel is here right now. Tech commentator Jessica Kimball, Leslie, Geek Factory CEO Peter Shankman. Welcome to you both. So, Peter, will this work? 4G-like speeds are promised.
You know, I like the idea. There's been talk of this for years and years and years, but no company's really been big enough to do it. Google does have the ability. They have, you know, countless little divisions that are working on really cool new projects that we never hear about until they become mainstream, like Google Cars, self-driving, things like that. So if anyone can pull it off, they can. And to really, connect the world would be a benefit.
Jessica, the concept, to Peter's point, I mean, first developed like in the 1950s, right, by the U.S. Air Force, this kind of idea of stretched polyester film, Mylar, as that's what we all know Mylar now. Is this going to work? For example, this particular project is in Indonesia. Facebook doing the same, but with solar. Do you have a balloon versus solar opinion?
I mean, who would have thought any of this would come from an advertising company that makes banner ads? It's pretty impressive. It's hard for us to remember in the U.S. that 4 billion people in the world still aren't online, and that simply has to change in the next 4 years. And I think they'll, by hook or by crook, whatever technology is required to get them there, they'll get there.
Well, and to your point, it is going to serve the business models of both Google and Facebook, which is probably a big part of.
Let's be honest. Google's whole say of do no evil sort of died about 10 years ago. Now it's really just how can we make more money? Every time they get a new user, that's new money. That's new revenue coming in.
Speaking of new money, there is the ARC chemistry researchers in the UK who have developed this super electric car battery, 5 times more efficient than anything that exists right now. So essentially, you can go up to 100 miles without a single charge, or actually that's what exists now, but you can go up to 400 miles. So basically, Boston to D.C. without stopping. Does Elon Musk just go find these guys in the UK and say, I'll buy all of you?
Pretty much.
Okay, that's what's going to happen.
What's going to be really interesting is to see how big oil reacts to this.
Yeah.
Because, if you look at the 100 miles is still a stopping point for, let's take cars out of the equation. Let's look at trucking. Okay, let's look at trucking as one of the backbones of the economy.
Yeah.
400 miles, all of a sudden you have something here. For truckers, I think their daily ratio that they could drive is something like 500 miles a day, and they have to relax and sleep. So if you're looking at 400 to 450 miles, and then they could take the day off and recharge overnight, that changes the entire ballgame.
Jessica, you agree with that, right?
Yeah, I think BP better start living up to being beyond petroleum real fast.
Yeah, underline the beyond.
Yes.
All right. Jessica Kimball, Leslie, Peter Shankman, thank you both for your thoughts.